If you're thinking about upgrading the aeration in your fish tank, or maybe you're setting up a brand new aquarium and want to get the air pump right from the start, you've landed in exactly the right place. Whether you need whisper quiet operation for a bedroom, serious power for a deep pond, or something reliable for a hydroponic system, there is a pump on this list for you. I've put links to every product down in the description so you can check them out whenever you're ready. Let's dive in. First up is the AQQA Aquarium air pump, and this one is all about raw air volume at an incredible value. Available in 3-watt, 6-watt, and 10-watt configurations, the flagship 10-watt model pushes up to 237 gallons per hour, which is genuinely impressive for its price class. What really sets it apart is the hardware it ships with. You get 8 meters of airline tubing, 4 ceramic air stones, 4 check valves, and a heavy-duty stainless steel manifold. That metal manifold is a huge deal because plastic splitters snap under pressure and leak air everywhere, while this stainless steel setup is built to last for years. Picture running a multi-tank breeding rack using that 4-way splitter to distribute air across several sponge filters without losing pressure at the end of the line. It also works beautifully for outdoor winter pond aeration, where high-volume airflow helps prevent the surface from freezing. And if power outages worry you, AQQA makes a parallel line of rechargeable battery models so you can keep your livestock safe during blackouts. The one thing to know is that the airflow adjustment dial sits on the power cord near the plug, which can be a bit awkward to reach if your setup is tucked behind a heavy stand. Now, if you need truly commercial-grade muscle, the Aqua Miracle NP30A is in a completely different league. Instead of a traditional rubber diaphragm, this one runs on an electromagnetic linear piston with a pure copper motor, delivering absolutely massive pressure. The 16-watt model generates 475 gallons per hour and pushes air down to 6 feet of water depth without breaking a sweat. That makes it perfect for centralized fish room setups where you run a single PVC loop around the room and tap off 10 or 15 airline valves to feed dozens of sponge filters from one unit. The aluminum alloy chassis doubles as a heatsink, and the chrome-coated metal manifold with individual brass knobs gives you precise control over every airline. One thing that catches people off guard is the sound when you first plug it in without tubing attached. It can be loud in that moment, but once you connect everything and submerge your air stones, the back pressure cushions the piston stroke and the noise settles into a deep, manageable hum. This pump thrives under heavy load, so it is best suited for a garage or dedicated fish room rather than your living room. Compared to the AQQA, the Aqua Miracle trades portability and bedroom-friendly silence for sheer unstoppable force and commercial longevity. Now, if you're just getting started or need a quick, affordable solution for a quarantine tank, the Tetra Whisper 100 is the classic go-to. This pump has been a staple on pet store shelves for nearly 2 decades. It is simple, affordable, and its dual-port output handles tanks up to 100 gallons without any fuss. Run a sponge filter on one port and a decorative air stone on the other, and you're good to go. The dome-shaped housing absorbs internal sound nicely when the unit is fresh out of the box. Over time, the rubber diaphragms can stiffen, which might introduce some extra vibration, but replacement kits are available at practically every pet store for just a few dollars. You can swap them in and restore that brand new performance in minutes. Just place the unit on a small piece of foam to keep it stable on your shelf, and you will have a perfectly functional setup at the lowest possible entry cost. Now, if silence is absolutely non-negotiable, the Hygger quietest aquarium air pump at 10 watts is going to blow your mind. This thing generates 255 gallons per hour, enough for tanks up to 600 gallons, and it does it while being almost eerily quiet. The secret is a suspended internal motor physically decoupled from the outer shell, so vibrations never transfer into the surface it sits on. No buzzing against your nightstand, no walking across the shelf, no turning your cabinet into a resonance chamber. The rotary dial on top lets you fine-tune airflow with precision, and a great tip is to dial it back about 10% from maximum. That tiny adjustment eliminates any trace of hum without sacrificing meaningful aeration. In head-to-head comparisons, this pump consistently outperforms legacy German brands that cost significantly more, and many owners say the bubbles popping at the surface are actually louder than the pump itself. Compared to the Tetra Whisper, the Hygger is in a completely different universe acoustically. The only trade-off is its physical size, since the double insulation makes it a bit bulky, so measure your cabinet space first. The Fluval A402 takes a different approach, focusing on elegant efficiency rather than brute power. Drawing only 4 watts, it produces between 87 and 98 gallons per hour, plenty for tanks up to 160 gallons. What makes it special is how Fluval engineered it to disappear. Internal baffle chambers route air through maze-like passages that destroy high-frequency sound waves, and the included rubber hang tag lets you mount it vertically inside your cabinet. Hanging the pump completely severs the transmission of vibration into wooden furniture, which is brilliant. The dual outlets each have independent control dials, so you can run a heavy ceramic air stone at full power on one channel while running a delicate shrimp sponge filter at low flow on the other. That true independence is rare and incredibly useful, because most dual outlet pumps share one chamber, meaning restricting one port blasts extra pressure out the other. It sits at a premium tier, but for a pristine bedroom or office display where silence matters, it is absolutely worth it. The Pawfly MC 3000 is the pump the advanced aquatics and hydroponics communities have quietly fallen in love with. At 7 watts and 254 gallons per hour, it bridges the gap perfectly between small aerators and massive commercial units that shake the floor. The gold chassis weighs over 3 pounds, and that heft is actually a feature. Dense mass absorbs high-frequency vibration, so the pump stays planted and quiet, operating at roughly the noise level of a modern refrigerator. Imagine running a deep-water culture hydroponic setup with 4 5-gallon buckets. A single Pawfly powers all 4 air stones around the clock without heating up the nutrient solution or rattling the shelves. Growers who switched from larger commercial pumps describe it as going into stealth mode. Compared to the Hygger, the Pawfly trades the smooth rotary dial for a simple high-low toggle, so fine-tuning happens at the included copper gang valve. A small trade-off for this much air this quietly. Finally, the Vivosun commercial is the absolute powerhouse of this lineup. The 25-watt model generates a staggering 634 gallons per hour and sustains massive back pressure in deep water without any drop in performance. This is the pump for large-scale operations with dozens of tanks, deep koi ponds, or commercial hydroponic gardens where oxygen demand is extreme. The extruded aluminum housing manages the significant heat the coils generate. This is not a living room pump, and it does not pretend to be, but nothing else on this list matches its raw output. The smart move is to place it in a ventilated garage or utility room and run rigid tubing to your tanks, keeping noise and heat entirely out of your living space. Think of it as the engine room approach. You hide the beast and enjoy the benefits from a distance. So to wrap it all up, if silence is everything, the Fluval A402 is your best friend for bedroom and office setups. For serious power without the noise, the Hygger 10-watt is the sweet spot for large living room displays. The Tetra Whisper 100 is perfect for beginners and quarantine tanks on a budget. The Pawfly MC 3000 is the hydroponic grower's dream, commercial-level air without commercial-level headaches. The Aqua Miracle NP30A is the workhorse for fish rooms and deep ponds. The AQQA ecosystem gives you peace of mind with battery backup protection. And the Vivosun is unmatched brute force for large-scale operations. Every link is down in the description. If this helped you pick the right pump, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.